The Rules of Mephistopheles by Miles. The devil's words are required to plant and keep in one's own land and mind, instead of the crown's, because ideas and inspirations are not the same as treasures in a mine, but as waves which are occasionally hitting on the rock. One do not have the right to dig recklessly without the second thought. Time is so valued and love is too weak. One cannot waste one's own time with family or friend, not even through one's imagination or others' dream of the future. Humanity has two covers. One cover of their clothes, money, power, and statues. Another cover of the skins, moralities, feelings, and responsibilities. Soul is like fog in the air, but is always caged by human flesh. Only through their eyes one could have a chance to gaze into the spirit of their barbarous natures. Inspiring people's mind is an useless and idiotic action. Wisely using philosophy and art, just like Apollo and Nix. Philosophy needs to be done during the daylight, but the art belongs to the night. The former is similar to the distillation, and the latter is comparable to the condensation. Either way is a feasible method to pickle the fragrances of human souls, but do it quickly and quietly before they are starting to rot, to deteriorate, or even the worst, to change. Wisdom is always necessary, but one needs to choose wisely when and where to perform in front of the public. The show of strength is never through one's external behaviors, but to oneself. One must have the courage to actively empty one's own birth heart and fill it with one's passions and desires, because these fiercely colored elements are the actual forces to drive one forward and to become who one really is. The crown and the religion with the traditions are poisoned tools to erode one's real power bit by bit. One will feel nothing more than a wolf who is forced in chains by manners and etiquettes. All my words are remained crystal clear. The doses will keep silent, but the nobles do not stand. Never hesitating to question the authorities, but always answering the truth deep down with one's own doubts. God was a divine gambler who was addicted to prove the loyalty of God's faithful believers, like the old ones desperately seeking their meaning of existence. Because keeping their faith requires love and patience, changing their faith needs accident and punishment. However, abandoning the faith is not able to live without death or silence. By wandering so much time in free, Kaiser was bitterly betrayed. So our mighty Lord has egotistically committed suicide by persuading the followers who are blind to polish their daggers one after another, just in order to test the difference, and has eventually led them to kill the God's self. If one desires to drown oneself completely in the carnival happiness and ecstasy, then one has to humbly accept the chance to taste the pain that crushes into one's bones and burns into one's soul. To become saint, one will simply tolerate the sins and will honorably give forgiveness. But to become great, one must admit one's own evil without any judgment, and allow the others to make mistakes through the right truth. The hypocritical one will certainly hide the memorable truth which only the fearless one dare to expose. Hail to the eternal flame of knowledge! May its glory always be equal to the breeze of freedom, and woe to the spirit of the great theory, which has been the lingering shadow on the joy of life.